is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared to challenge shots, and they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense.
Randy Foye is on the way. Jumper off the screen. Count the bucket.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Westbrook, following the basket by Yunus. Westbrook passes to Foye. Back to Westbrook. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Foye. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
Boy, and for Randy Foye, I thought it was a big bounce-back year for him last season. His points per game were the highest they've been in 5 years, and his field goal percentage was the highest it's been in 5 years as well.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Roberson's checked in. Talking about Randy Foye last year, one difference is that he started almost every game, 78 the most in his career. That may have given him, Greg, additional confidence. Who knows?
Well, where I was impressed, Kevin, with his improvement was as a facilitator and rebounder. He seemed to lose his mojo for a few years in there, but last season, I really feel like he got it back.
Feeds it tomorrow. And Roberson kicks to Foye. And he hits the jump shot. Foye's got 6. Passes it to McDaniels. It's stolen by Foye. On up the court. And McDaniels with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Yunus. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for James Harden. Now, here is Foye. He's got 6. 4 on the clock. Morrill kicks to Foye. Randy Foye is on the way. Now the pass to Morrill. And that concludes the first. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Tanner. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Houston. Outside Durant. He kicks it to Waiters. And here's Westbrook from the arc. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Howard's checked in for Capella. Jones comes in for Michael Beasley. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverley in for KJ McDaniels. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Adams checked in. Waiters dishes to Durant. Comes up empty down low.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Now here's Westbrook. Waiters with the screen for Westbrook. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Adams. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And stolen by Ariza.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Screen by Ibaka. And then Durant with the dunk.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Timeout called, the Rockets. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for Houston. KJ McDaniels comes in for Patrick Beverley. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Dion Waiters. And pushing it up is Houston Rockets again in transition. They grab their own miss. Back to Howard. Ariza at the elbow. Houston moving the ball around. Outside Durant. Over to the wing. Morrow, no good. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game, scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring. I mean, narrow. Losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear second half of the season, and then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Roberson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. There's a screen by Kanter. And Voigt kicks to Roberson. It's deflected. It's stolen by Smith. Ariza outside. In the corner, Harden. From downtown, Ariza no luck. The Thunder leading by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Voigt kicks to Roberson. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. pass to Collison. The three from Morrow. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
For three.
Morrow's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's McDaniels.
All right.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Rockets trail by 8. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted.
Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there. How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop you could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection.
Now, here's Brewer. Guarded closely. Here's Beasley. And that one is hammered home.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Terry against Westbrook. 5 on the clock. The wide open look for Durant. Misses the jumper. And it's Terry off the drive.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Dwight Howard's checked in for Capella. Reza comes in for Monty Eunice. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's McDaniels in for Jason Terry. Raiders on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Ibaka with the screen on Harden. Stolen by McDaniels. Harden the pass to Beasley. Just 4 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off.